Excuse me? Yes. And last Saturday, yes, but Sunday, a Sunday night, my water broke and I went to the hospital. My name is Eliza Abbaszadeh. It's only 4 months that I'm living in Montreal. I came from Iran. I'm Iranian, and I'm married to a Quebecois, Philippe Toyon. I'm 31 years old, and from 2 years ago, I was really seriously thinking about making family and having children. So I made my decision to marry, and right away, the first month I was here, I get pregnant. Beginning of the 15th week of pregnancy, almost end of week 14. Last Saturday morning, I start to bleed. Sunday afternoon, around 7 o'clock p.m., my water was broke. It was 5th of July. We went to emergency section, and something came out with bleeding a lot, which we didn't know that what is it exactly. I was in the hospital for 3-4 hours, and one doctor, she came and checked me, and after that, they sent me back home, and they told me that I should have the ultrasound in the morning. The day after, I visited Dr. Gagnon, and I had the ultrasound. It shows that the baby didn't have the heartbeat. They sent me back home again, and on Monday night, around 11 o'clock at night, I start to have contraction. I waited at home for an hour, so my contraction didn't stop. So with my husband, we made our decision to go back to the hospital. Again, we went to emergency section. I was crying a lot because of the pain I had. Still, I had the contraction. I could not walk. And again, they transferred me to the same room in emergency section. And the nurse told me that the doctor is coming to see me. And it took more than 3 hours for a doctor to come and visit me, who was not a doctor, I think. He was maybe resident intern.
No, we only have they were fully qualified doctors.
Before he visited me, I started to bleed a lot, and me and my husband, we were alone in the room, and the baby came out, and nobody was there. It was really painful, and my concern is that I even didn't receive a small instruction for any nurse or anybody to tell me that what should I do when I have the contraction, what should I do. I stayed in the hospital until morning. I went to the information section in emergency. I asked the nurse that I was supposed to have an ultrasound at 8 o'clock in the morning, and she said that the doctor is not there. And the other nurse, she made a phone call, and then exactly at that time told me, okay, now you can go. It was around maybe 10 o'clock in the morning.
Somebody else, a doctor. It's only doctors are allowed to investigate doctors. What will help me? Do you know your hospital chat number?
I went back to my room to change my dress. And I said, okay, I will wait for my husband to come to take me there, because I had to go with the wheelchair. I could not really walk. The nurse, she came and she told me, why you are not going? I told her that I'm waiting for my husband. I cannot go alone. And she told me, if you don't go, the ultrasound are going to give the appointment to another person. Can you imagine that I just put all my bags and backpack on the wheelchair, and I was carrying the wheelchair, and I walked to the ultrasound alone. Okay, thank you very much, madam, for your call. Thank you, bye-bye. So Yes. Something similar happened to a friend of my husband. She was almost ready to give birth to the baby, and when she went to the Royal Vic Hospital, as I heard, there were nobody in the room to help them to deliver the baby, and she delivered the baby alone, just in presence of her husband. So I told them that I'm going to write officially, and to complain.
Yes.
And she said that she's going to investigate more. And when I explained everything, what happened to her, she was feeling so sad. She said, really, nobody was there, nobody gave you any instruction? I said, no. So for me and my husband, when we left the hospital, we said we will never come back to this hospital anymore. And I'm not sure about the other hospital, but this is for sure, I will not go back there.